Thanks for staying with us. Mangaung's MMC for Public Safety led a health and safety inspection in the Bloemfontein CBD, and SABC News reporter Makola says several shops were closed for selling expired goods, and the team also found that medication was being sold without proper licenses. Let's take a look.
What we have found here in the shops is things that are prohibited, that they are not supposed to be on the street. Your cigarettes, we have found that there's a lot of cigarettes that are not supposed to be on shelves. We have also found there's medicines that is not supposed to be sold by the outlets, because for medicine, for you to sell a medicine, you need to be having a certificate or prescribed pharmacy for you to sell it. We have also found out that they are also selling things that are beyond the expiry date. Your meat, your eggs, you can't sell them beyond the expiry date because they are very dangerous to our people. You'll understand that we have just come from a situation whereby we lost a lot of lives, basically because of foodborne poisoning. So as the city, we have been having these operations since the beginning of this year. We've been conducting sporadically these operations, but now we then get into a campaign for the festive season, because we know during this period more and more things will be sold on the shelves that are not supposed to be sold on the shelves. And the other thing, we are not only concentrating on the shops, we are also concentrating in making sure that there's compliance in the city in terms of traffic, in terms of waste management, because when we get to this shop, we also look at how do they deal with the issues of waste, which is also very important, because if you have that waste not monitored, that's when you also get some diseases. You get the rats moving around the city. So this operation for us is very important. And we are not only us only. We have your health department with us. You have your South African Police Services. You have your Home Affairs. You have all the sister departments that we are working with. We are going to remove everything that is not supposed to be on the shelves.
All right, let's bring you the Gauteng leg now of the inspection. In Gauteng, the Finance and Economic Development MEC Lebogang Maile led a food safety blitz targeting Spaza shops as well as food outlets in Soweto. Let's now speak to Lerato, Makola, SABC News reporter, who was tracking that for us and joins us live. Lerato, certainly it's a big issue. It still is for government. Let's talk about what they found when they got there, and for them, what were some of the stores that were non-compliant?
Good afternoon, Bongiwe, and the viewers at home. Yes, they went to 3 different places. We went to Dlamini Mall, Moroka, and Maponya Mall as well. And when we went there, we found that the shops are non-compliant. They do not comply with the regulations, the health standards as well. And when we got there, we found out that there were rats inside some of the shops. I'm not going to mention the names of the shops, but it's major supermarkets. And this time around, the MEC wanted to focus on the major supermarkets, because the focus has always been on the Spaza shops, foreign Spaza shops there. So now he wanted to focus on major Spaza shops. And when you go there, they were not complying. They didn't clean. The place was filthy, and there were rats. We saw 1 rat, and there was a tomato sauce that was produced last year, and it expired last year, but it was still on the shelves. So the MEC, however, they did manage to remove some of the products that expired. Yes.
And did they say anything then about, what happens now, especially to these big retailers who are found to be flouting processes?
They did mention that they will continue with these inspections, and they gave the shops, the supermarkets, they gave them a notice, and they told them that they will come back next week again just to continue with the inspections as well. And I did try to engage with the community members as well. You must remember that these are major supermarkets. And when I asked them about the barcodes, about the expiry dates, and they said that they don't check the expiry dates because they trust the supermarkets. It's not just small Spaza shops, it's supermarkets, major supermarkets. So they said that they don't check barcodes, expiry dates, nothing at all. But the MEC did mention that they will continue with these inspections just to make sure that they comply with the health standards.
And staying with community members, were they shocked about what you were telling them?
Yes, they were shocked. They couldn't believe, because we showed them the tomato sauce. They were shocked. And that's when they told me that, no, we don't check the expiry dates because we trust this major Spaza shops, supermarkets.
And it's common, you know, people sometimes don't even think about, you know, some of these, you know, labels and all of that. Very, you know, sometimes you hear people saying, I didn't even see that the expiry date was there. But then how were the, you know, those in the stores, managers, supervisors, how did they receive what was happening?
The managers, they were kind, they were complying, they did comply. And some of them were trying to fight, but they did comply and showed us the places where we can just go and check if the products have expired or not. But they did comply, some of them.
So how then, because you say that they say they want to keep this up, did they say how are they going to be doing this? Because you know, you've been covering this for a while now. The issue of inspectors and the shortage is a huge one. So how is the MEC planning to deal with this one?
The MEC, he didn't touch on that, but he did say that they will continue with these inspections. And he did mention that they will try, and because the department has a lot to deal with right now, you remember that next year schools are reopening. He did mention that now the department is, there's a lot now, but he did mention that they will keep on inspecting, doing these inspections as well.
He must have been shocked though to find some of the shops.
He was shocked when he saw that the shops. He did mention that he's not happy because he expected them to comply, because these are major Spaza supermarkets. So he expected them to comply with the regulations, because they do. He expected them to comply with everything that they're supposed to comply with. But he did mention that he was shocked and he was not happy with everything that we found there.
Lerato, thank you so much for this update, and certainly I hope it now does make people pay attention to the labels, because that's where the nub of the issue is. That's my colleague there, Lerato Makola, SABC News reporter.